The modern automobile and highway are becoming about as safe as planning and engineering can make them. In spite of this, nearly 40,000 of us end up in morgues and funeral parlors every year. Another 1,200,000 are injured, maimed, or crippled. The financial loss is astronomical. This terrible loss of life and property could be enormously reduced if we all paid heed to traffic regulations and road markings and signs that have been evolved for our protection. Traffic laws and regulations are put into effect only after much careful consideration and are actually safety rules. Traffic signs and signals are placed for your protection. Obey them. They all carry a specific safety message. Most familiar of all traffic control devices is the three-color stop and go signal. The red stoplight is always at the top. The yellow light is a warning to stop unless you are already in the intersection. The green light means you may proceed when the intersection has cleared. When the red light is flashing, it means come to a full stop before crossing intersection. Signals are set to operate in this way after the peak flow of traffic is over. When the light is flashing yellow in your direction, it means to slow down and proceed with caution. Signs have characteristic shapes for easy identification. The octagon shape is used only for stop signs. These mean stop and make sure the way is clear before proceeding. This sign differs from a stop sign only in that you need not come to a full stop unless traffic is approaching on the protected street. You must then yield the right of way. The rectangular-shaped sign carries messages of regulations and laws to promote the safe and orderly movement of traffic. In this group are the speed limit signs, which indicate the safe speed permissible for that area. Turning signs reduce congestion and prevent accidents. All regulation signs are placed only after careful study and are there for your protection. One of the most recent additions to highway signs is the overhead, used on multiple lane highways and freeways. They are placed to warn of highway divisions at a sufficient distance to permit you to safely move to the proper lane. On lesser width divided highways, the turnoff or division signs are placed on either side of the roadway. The diamond-shaped sign always carries a warning of some hazard or unusual condition 300 to 500 feet ahead and calls for caution and reduced speed. The arrow warns of a curve ahead and also describes it by the shape of its tail. The sharper the angle of the arrow, the sharper and more abrupt the angle of the turn. An S-shaped arrow indicates there is a winding stretch of road ahead. Hill or grade signs warn of slow-moving vehicles. This requires caution on the downgrade as well as the upgrade. Narrow bridge signs mean limited clearance, often not more than enough for one car. Be extremely cautious when passing men working signs, especially on two-lane highways where one lane may be closed for repairs or equipment is working. This sign means that the approaching surface is especially dangerous when wet. Remember, the diamond shape is a warning to slow down and proceed with caution. Only one message is ever carried in this round shape. It gives the motorist advance warning of a railroad crossing 300 to 500 feet ahead. This sign is always erected right at the railroad crossing. It means stop, look, and listen, and make sure the way is clear before proceeding. At busy railroad crossings, the warning signs are equipped with flashing red lights or a wigwag signal. Do not proceed until they have stopped operating. Pavement markings like signs and signals serve as a guide and a protection for the motorist. On two-lane roads, a single dashed line is the standard center line marking. Passing is permissible over single lines. A safe rule to follow in passing is overtake and pass only when you are sure you can easily make it safely. A solid white or yellow line on your side and a broken or dashed line on the other of the center line means no passing because of limited sight distance. When the broken line is on your side, passing is allowable. You must not at any time cross over a double center line. In some localities, the double line is broken into segments. It is also illegal to pass over this type of center line. Don't depend on the other fellow to do your driving for you. It is dangerous and foolhardy to follow the car ahead too closely. A safe rule to observe when following other cars is to stay 2 times your miles per hour in feet behind. For example, at 25 miles per hour, stay 50 behind. At 50 miles per hour, stay 100 feet behind. In town or on the highway, be extremely cautious at school zones. The speed limit is 15 miles per hour when the children are playing in the schoolyard or when they are entering or leaving the grounds. A full stop must be made for school buses picking up or discharging children, regardless of which direction you approach the school bus. You must remain stopped until the bus proceeds. Arm signals properly given and adequately used will make your driving safer. You cannot rely entirely on your turn light signals. In bright daylight, they are not always easy to see. When making a left turn from a highway, move to the left-hand lane and signal your intention. Do it in plenty of time so that the driver behind will have time to stop or pass to the right. Right turns should be just as carefully anticipated. Move to the right lane and signal for a right turn, giving the driver behind you adequate warning. For your own protection, always give a stop signal by holding your arm outward and down, indicating your intention to slow down or stop. In case of engine or tire trouble, pull entirely off the roadway. If a wide enough space is not immediately available, keep going until you find one. It is better to ruin a tire than to have another car crash into you. This is especially true at night. Remember, signs are placed for your protection. The octagon and rectangle carry laws and regulations. The diamond, the circle, and the crossbuck warn of approaching hazards. Traffic signs are merely painted pieces of metal, and they serve you only when you consciously watch for and heed the messages they carry. Watch your pavement markings. They too are placed for your protection. Never cross over double lines. Pass only when the broken line is on your side. Give adequate arm signals when moving from lane to lane or when stopping or turning. Watch for school zones. Be especially careful where children are involved. Be guided by your highway markings and heed the warning signs. They are indeed signs of life.